Frozen! Yeah, today we're talking about Frozen. This movie, even I'm 21 now, and like I still enjoy watching the movie Frozen. I think it's great. Frozen 1, Frozen 2, guys. I don't know. I love Kristen Bell. Her voice is amazing. I love Idina Menzel. Oh my goodness. I've been painting, if you can't tell by my hands. Oh my goodness, my eye. Got like a paint chip in my eye. Frozen. Yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about Frozen. This is episode 2 of my new series, Movie versus Musical, where I'm talking about movies that have a musical on West End that I have seen. So we'll start by talking about Frozen the movie. I'm guessing that everybody on the planet has seen this movie, but if you haven't, here's a general overview of this movie. Oh, you know what would be fun? Puppets. I'm doing this every time. This is so much fun. I made puppets. Here's the storyline. It starts with 2 sisters. We have Elsa. She's the oldest sister. She's gonna be the queen. And we have Anna. And Anna is the younger sister, and they're best friends. They hang out all the time. They're always playing, having a great time, right? But there's a secret that Elsa has from the kingdom. Anna knows it. The whole family knows it. Her secret is, forgot to put this one on a stack. Secret is, she has ice power. Ice powers. So Elsa's always like using her ice powers and having fun with Anna, you know? They're vibing, playing, and then one day Elsa, she's over here, right? And she throws the ice and boom, hits her head. She died. No, she didn't. So they have to go to these little troll people and get her fixed. So they fix her, but they erase her memory of Snow. So no more. Now, instead of remembering her like this, instead of remembering Elsa like this, she only remembers Elsa like this. That's sad. So now Elsa is sad and she locks herself away. And her parents tell her she needs to conceal it, don't feel it, don't let it show. She starts wearing gloves all the time. And Anna is just kind of sad because she wants her sister. Fast forward. We now have Anna, who is, I think, 18, because I think Elsa was 21 at her coronation, and they're like 3 years apart. Anna is now an adult. The reason she has that little blue streak is because she got hit in the head with that magic, so now she has a weird streak in her hair. And she's so excited because they're gonna open the gates. Ever since her parents died, Miss Frowny Face over here hasn't let anybody into the castle, and they're finally letting people in, and she's so excited. In the meantime, she's terrified. Look at her. She's sad. She has little gloves on. Well, she has to take those gloves off in front of the whole kingdom and hold some things, and she's like freaking out about it. So she's freaking out. In the meantime, this little girl is running around, right? And she's like, oh my goodness, look at all the people, look at all the people. Oh my goodness, oh my god, oh, I'm so sorry I ran into you. What's your name? My name's Prince Hans. Boo! And so they end up falling in love, and they sing a little song about how love is an open door. They sing a little song about how love is an open door, and then she says, can I say something crazy? Will you marry me? Wait, no, he says, can I say something crazy? Will you marry me? And she says, can I say something even crazier? Yes! So then they're like, oh my goodness, we're gonna get married. We have to go and tell Elsa. Elsa! And she's like, yeah, what do you want? And they're like, we want to get married. And she's like, no, you literally just met each other. No. And she's like, what the heck? And she gets mad, and Anna goes over and steals her glove. And Elsa's like, no, my glove! And then she lets out her powers, and it freaks everyone out, and then she runs away. And Anna is like, oh no, I screwed that up. Prince Hans, you are now in charge of Arendelle. Arendelle is where they live. You are now in charge of Arendelle. I have to go. So she runs off, right? Meanwhile, we have sad Elsa. Her whole life she's had to hide her ice powers, right? But she realizes now she's alone and she can let it go. Let it go. She doesn't have to hold back anymore. And it comes with this awesome song where she goes like this. Ready? 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 Yeah, that's right. Quick change. Now she's super cool, has a cool dress, uses ice powers all the time. She builds a big ice castle. She's awesome. In the meantime, Anna is freezing. She's going, brr, I'm so cold. What am I gonna do? And she runs into this guy and his I ran out of paper, okay? His reindeer, Sven. This is Kristoff. This is Sven. And she runs into them. She's like, hey, bring me to my sister, because he has an ice business. And he's like, okay, I'll bring you to your sister, because then my ice business will do better, because everything's frozen right now. And so she gets on Sven, and they go, woo, and they run off. And then on their way, they meet Olaf. You've seen the movie. This is a terrible drawing. But for some reason, I couldn't remember what he looked like. I didn't feel like looking it up. So anyway, Olaf, Sven, Kristoff, and Anna are all on their way to find Elsa. And finally, they find her, right? And she's like, oh, I'm actually pretty happy here. And Anna's like, wait, no, but like, come back. Because you froze everything. She's like, what the heck? I froze everything? And she goes crazy. And then in the meantime, these three are actually outside. So she's where'd it go? so she's singing. She's like, oh, I'm such a fool. And she's like, no, come back with me. And then, of course, knowing Elsa, she has some big moment where she goes, wah! And this time, it hits her heart. So now she's like not doing well, right? Because she got hit with ice in the heart, so she's slowly freezing. Hence the more blue hair. Yeah. Now her heart is freezing, and so our good boy Olaf and Kristoff and Sven are like, what are we gonna do? So they bring her to the rock people again, and the rock people are like, you need true love. And she's like, Hans, my man back home. Olaf is there, but I can't hold four at once. So she gets on and they ride back, and they find Hans, and she's laying there, and he's like, oh, Anna, I'll help you. But then he goes, if only there was someone who loved you. Boom, he's the bad guy. So she's left to freeze and die, and Kristoff is like, wait a second, something's wrong. So him and Sven ride back super fast. In the meantime, Elsa has been captured by Hans's people, and she's just kind of stuck. Not great. We have Anna, who has gotten out of her capture, but she's running, trying to find, this is Elsa. We have Elsa, who's gotten out of her capture, and she's running around trying to find Anna, because she's heard that Anna's heart is frozen, and Anna's sitting here trying to figure out where's Elsa, and Hans is somehow here, and he goes and tries to kill Elsa, right? He's got a sword, and he goes to kill her, but right before he does, he's going in for the kill, right? He's going in, but then, oh my goodness, is that Anna? And she stops right in front of Elsa, and breaks the sword, and he falls back. And now she's frozen, right? And Elsa's like, oh my goodness, what did I do? I'm so sorry. And she loves her and like gives her a hug. And then ready? I don't know where my original one went. Boom! She's all better again. Yay! So they end up being okay. She punches Hans in the face. They get together, thank goodness. And Olaf is a great little snowman. And so they're best friends now. Yay! That's the end. So that's the story of Frozen, the movie. So in the movie, there's 11 sung songs. And the whole movie, sorry, that was so loud. The whole movie is an hour and 42 minutes long. And that is the entirety of the movie. That's the storyline. Great, you know everything about it. It's an animated Disney film, and I kind of knew that they were going to turn it into a Broadway musical right when it came out, because the song Let It Go really hit, and everybody really enjoyed it. So, I mean, it kind of made sense. Also, it had Jonathan Groff, and anything Jonathan Groff is in somehow becomes a Broadway show. Oh, same with Idina Menzel. Both of them. Now, when it comes to the musical that's actually on West End, the whole show is 2 hours and 15 minutes long, which is about a half hour longer than the movie. So in order to fill that space, they did add a couple extra songs, and by a couple, I mean there are 21 songs. So we went from 11 to 21, but also because it's a Broadway show, there's more singing than there is talking, rather than a movie where you can show more through talking, but in a musical you want to have more songs. Also, the songs are a bit shorter, so in the musical they are between literally like 30 seconds and then 5 minutes, and in the movie they're all about that 3 to 4 minute length. So that's why there's 21 songs in the musical. The musical follows a similar storyline, but it actually is quite different from the original movie. Biggest thing is, so the beginning of Frozen the movie, it just kind of starts with them, the two girls going to bed. They wake up. Elsa hits her in the head. Elsa hits her in the head with the ice powers, and then they don't really talk anymore. At the beginning of the musical, they've got this whole like 20-minute long introduction where you see the two girls getting to hang out, and you see them build Olaf for the first time, and they're singing this little song about how like they put a little bit of each of them into everything that they do, which is super cute. It shows more about the ice powers. There's a couple more songs. You learn more about their parents. Yeah, overall you just learn a lot more about them, and so it shows their relationship a lot better than the movie did. Which is, of course it does, because it needs to be longer and the movie can only do so much. That's how it starts, and then once she gets hit, instead of going to like the rock people, if you can remember, I'll put a little photo of one here, but the rock people that they have in Frozen the movie, that would be a little difficult to do for a musical. I mean, you could do it, but having to like wear a rock on stage is gonna be annoying. So they turned them basically into these forest people, kind of like in Frozen 2. If you can remember, the people that lived like with the forces of nature, it was like that, but they were more covered in like vines and leaves. Put a photo here because I can't explain anything well. They still do the same thing, just not as rocks. Yeah, a couple songs are cut. Frozen Heart is cut, which starts the entire movie. That actually is not in the musical, which I was a little sad about. They do have Do You Want to Build a Snowman? They changed the lyrics, and they actually sing it twice technically, the first time with different lyrics and the second time like it is in the movie. For the first time in forever they still have, but they add in a part that Elsa sings when Anna's doing her last for the first. Yeah, when she's doing that last part, they add in something for Elsa to sing so that it's not just like Elsa awkwardly standing there because she's on stage at that point. Love is an Open Door, they still do. Let It Go is the closer of the first act, and it is amazing. It is as amazing as you think it would be. The design of the stage, I actually took a picture of it.
Ooh, ah.
It is beautiful, the ice castle is, and like the way that they make it happen. They actually just recently put the West End show on Disney Plus, so I would highly recommend going and watching it. It is such an amazing show, and they have great special effects, amazing costumes. Like the costume change with Elsa is so well done, and the girl playing her has such a powerful voice. Reindeers Are Better Than People is also in it. That's another difference, is Anna meets Kristoff at the same time that she meets Hans. She runs into Hans and they fall on top of the wagon with all of the ice that Kristoff has, and that's how they meet for the first time. So it introduces him a bit earlier into the story and you get to know him a bit more, and then after that it's very similar to how it is in the movie. In Summer is almost exactly the same, where they brought in like set pieces that looked like the animation from the movie. It was super cute. First Time and Forever Reprise is the same. Fixer Upper is the same. The opening song of the musical is, I don't know how to say it, Voile or something, whatever it is in Norwegian, but it's also called Let the Sun Shine On. And so it starts with the na 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 hey na with all of the townspeople, and then it goes into Anna singing Do You Want to Build a Snowman with Elsa. It's a different version, but then it goes into all of the townspeople coming in and they sing about the family and they introduce the whole family. That's the first song. So it is different because the first song in the movie is Frozen Heart and then Do You Want to Build a Snowman. So then we have a little bit of You, which the two girls sing, and then Do You Want to Build a Snowman? Then For the First Time in Forever, Hans of the Southern Isles. Guys, there's a whole song that Hans sings about how he's like the 13th son. It's so boring. With love, Disney. Queen Anointed is a beautiful piece. This one it's a choral piece, and you can hear like how well trained these vocalists are in the show, and they do a very good job at it. Then we have Dangerous to Dream, which is a song that Elsa sings, and it's like during her coronation, and I personally don't love it. It's really long. It's like 5 minutes long, and it's not a super impressive song for her, so you're kind of just waiting for it to get over with. Love is an Open Door is still there. Rangers Better Than People. Oh my goodness. One of my favorite songs in the show is What Do You Know About Love? And this is sang between Kristoff and Anna. And they're walking over this bridge, and the whole bridge is moving across the stage. It is such a cool, like, oh my, I don't even know how to explain it. It's this giant bridge, and at one point it is stretched across the entire stage. But they're walking across this bridge singing What Do You Know About Love, talking to each other, because Anna's mad at him because he got mad at her for, you know, marrying a man that she just met. And then Kristoff is like, well, I know a lot about love. And she's like, you're not even in a relationship. Your closest relationship is a reindeer. In summer, there's another Hans of the Southern Isles reprise. I skipped past it when I watched it on Disney+. Then we have Let It Go. Guys, it's so well done. I know that they being the people that were doing the Broadway West End production, they knew that it was going to be the biggest hit. There's another song in the second half that I'll talk about in a moment that I think they were hoping would be the biggest hit of the musical, but it's definitely Let It Go. Let It Go is like the defying gravity of this show. Then we meet our little the little man that owns the little cabin shop. There's a whole song with him. It's super cute. First Time and Forever reprise, Fixer Upper. There's a little lullaby, and then the big song that I believe they wanted to be kind of like a no good deed song. Frozen does kind of follow along with like the Wicked story path of you start good and then you turn into a evil person and then you end up good again. Well, in Wicked that's not how that works, but anyway. Monster, it's an amazing number, and it really shows off Elsa's vocals. And Elsa's singing about like, have I become a monster? Is this who I'm supposed to be? Like, everybody is calling me a monster. Should I play into it? Like, should I be that monster that they all see? Or should I try to be like a better person? And it's this like real battle with herself of being like, what do I do? Like, I've made this huge mess, and I'm not sure what to do at this point. And yeah, this is like when she's hitting him with like the icicles, you know, in her tower when Hans and the others come, and so they have all of these like big spikes coming on stage. It's so cool. And Hans does his stupid "If Only Somebody Loved You," and I wish. Okay, so I've watched the first half of Frozen on Disney+. I actually watched it in person in West End, but I've only watched the first half. I don't know if the second half has this or not, but when I was in theaters, the minute that Hans, he goes, "If only somebody loved you," the whole audience was like, "Boo, you suck." They were screaming at this poor guy in the bows too. The minute Hans came on, people were standing up and like throwing things. They were yelling at him. It was crazy. He truly is probably one of the most hated people on the planet, and I feel bad for the actor playing him, but also he played him so well. So, I mean, props for him for being able to do that. True Love, it's her sitting in the room, basically dying, and singing about how she doesn't know what true love is. Color by the Minute is sung by all of the townspeople, as well as Anna, Elsa, and Hans, and it's that whole they're on the ice and like they're all trying to find each other. That's what that song is. And then they have the finale, which is a version of Let It Go. It's, yeah, I mean, there isn't a whole lot of differences in the full-on storyline, just a couple things change. Costume-wise, they made a great decision. So in the movie, Anna looks like this, and she is in a dress to climb a mountain in winter because we thought that was a good idea. And in the musical, she looks like this, which makes way more sense because Anna needs pants. This poor girl is supposed to climb a mountain in a dress? No, she's not. It's ridiculous. Both of these shows, I guess, the movie is honestly a Disney masterpiece. It's one of the better movies that's come out by Disney in the last probably 50 years. I mean, it's gonna go down in history as one of the best ones ever. Musical, on the other hand, is very good because it was already that movie, and now it has the like stigma of oh, it's that one that everybody sings. It is still very popular, but it probably won't ever be as popular as like Wicked or Les Mis, Phantom of the Opera, anything like that. But it is still an amazing show. It actually ranked overall, I believe it was number 5 on my list of musicals that I saw West End, and I've seen 19 of them. It was amazing. I cried like 6 times because of the vocals. I am slightly emotional when it comes to theater and cry constantly. So this musical, I'm going to rank out of 10. Honestly, if I could give it a 10 out of 10, I would. But because it's ranked number 5 in my 19 shows, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Because it's an amazing show. There really isn't anything wrong with it at all, other than that weird Hans of the Southern Isles song. But the show itself is amazing. It's this masterpiece of costumes and sets and props and amazing vocals, and like the hair is so well done. The technical elements, the lights, the sound, the band, everything about it is so well put together. They really figured out how to do this show right. Oh, I didn't even talk about this. Elsa. Really quick. So Elsa's dress, when she first turns into, you know, the Snow Queen that she really is, looks like this on Broadway. And then when she kind of turns into like the evil mode, she wears pants. So I don't know. I don't know. I really like this outfit. I think it's really cool, and it shows that growth that she's had. Yeah. Once again, I would recommend watching the Disney Plus version of West End Frozen because it is so well done. The cast that I saw in person is the cast that they recorded with, and I was really impressed with them. And the recordings, you can tell this is just something that I noticed because I'm an audio person and have been doing theater forever. You can tell that they're singing it live for the entirety of the show until it gets to Let It Go. When you know, you hear the band start playing, which is obviously live, and then you see her start singing and the voice isn't exactly matching up. Also, there's a weird echo on it. You can tell there's been a little bit of auto-tune. And I was like, why would they do that? Oh, probably because it's like the biggest song in the world. So if you mess that up, there's no going back. I know when I saw her live, she sang it live. But when they're putting this on the internet for everybody to be able to see, and it'll be on a streaming service and it'll be saved for hundreds of years, you need to get that song right. So I don't blame them for doing the auto-tune and probably recording it in a studio. It's a little upsetting because I wish they did it live, but I totally get it. It's also a really hard song to sing. Idina Menzel, when she was asked which was harder, Let It Go or Defying Gravity, she actually said Let It Go was harder because in Defying Gravity you at least get breaks where Glinda sings and it's not all crazy high. You're able to do some stuff in your mixed voice and head voice, but in Let It Go, you just have to belt everything. Yeah, so Frozen, 9 out of 10 on my list, is higher than Back to the Future, which was my last episode. Back to the Future, if you saw that, I do still have all of that stuff in my window. I'm just covering it now because it looked ridiculous. I've had no more bugs since, no wasps, no nothing, which is great. I haven't had to deal with any of that, so that's been good. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. I'm really enjoying this series. I think it's a lot of fun getting to kind of compare and contrast the movies versus the musicals, so I hope you guys are enjoying that as well. Okay, my outro for this video is I'm going to tell you about a video that I'm currently obsessed with, and it's the Smosh Mine Turtles video. I don't know why. I've been watching it non-stop. If you guys don't know Smosh, watch them. It's my favorite channel on YouTube. I think it's my favorite channel. And then next would be like Garrett Watts. Probably then like Try Guys, Good Mythical Morning. And when I say Smosh, I mean like the entirety of Smosh, Smosh Games, Smosh Games, Smosh Pit, Smosh Cast is what I'm talking about. Like all of it together. Because actually the Smosh main channel is probably my least favorite. No offense, Ian and Anthony, sorry guys. But like, Smosh Games is probably my favorite. But anyway, that's my current obsession. It's a really funny video and I'll put a link in my description because it's hilarious, and it's literally just like, I think it's Shane. I know for sure it's Shane, Angela, I think Amanda, and Spencer, and it's all of them playing. If you know the Mine Turtle from like ASDF videos, it's them playing it, and they have to do basically like truth or dare, and they can either do the dare/truth, or they can like press the button on the turtle. I don't know, it's really funny, and it's so stupid, and I really like it, so that's my outro for today's video. Thanks for watching. Bye!